Well, thanks, everyone. Welcome to the 2017 Farm Show here in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. We hope you can make it out if you haven't already. It's been a great show this week.
Yeah.
I'm really privileged to be here with Secretary of Agriculture Russell Redding. He is our neighbor to the east in Adams County. Good to see you, Secretary.
Great to see you. Welcome.
Thanks
Great
so much. Now, one of the things that we've been talking about a great deal in Franklin County is how to make sure that there are future farmers and people in the agricultural industry. So what can you tell us from a state perspective the Department of Ag is doing, or we should be looking at doing, to help educate people, the young people, and get them interested in this really fascinating career?
There's a couple of things we're doing. Certainly the farm show is a great backdrop to have this conversation, right? It's about sort of getting people exposed to, what the industry is, what the possibilities are. But beyond that, really trying to, within the department, look at the human capital question. And you're fortunate, as I am in Adams County, to have school districts supporting ag science. That's not universal across the state, so we really need to be thinking about how does someone in the middle school years get exposed to agriculture. So we're looking at workforce, working with the Department, the Department of Education on ag science careers and trying to expose folks to those opportunities. But it's also making sure that in our labor and industry structure is that agriculture is identified as a high priority occupation. So all of those things are combined to what we're doing right now to develop the workforce, but also make sure in the years to come we'll have it.
Good, and I might add that Secretary Redding began his formal education actually at Penn State Mont Alto, right in Franklin County, even though he went on to Delaware Valley later. So there are resources even within our own area that people can utilize.
Yeah.
Very well. Thank you so much, Secretary. Oh,
yeah, well, I was just going to say, the piece that we are blessed with in the state is to have two great institutions. You mentioned Penn State University and as our land grant, of course.
Sure.
Both products of that. But also in the Del Valle University, to have another school there. So I think from a higher ed standpoint, we're in good shape. What we need to keep focused on is making sure that those folks who are interested in agriculture and the food system that may not be in a 4-year track have those options and opportunities as well. So we're looking within the department at the community colleges, looking at credentials, making sure that the Workforce Development Board, which sort of is the state entity that oversees a lot of the workforce, for the first time actually has agriculture represented on the board. A dairy producer, organic producer, the forest products industry. So we think that's another way to sort of as a reminder to the larger government, but also the larger Commonwealth and business and industry, that agriculture really is a great piece of our past, but an important part of the jobs in our future.
Sure.
So great to have those assets.
It is. It's, of course, our state's #1 industry, or at least among them. So
You bet.
great.
Good.
Very well. Thanks so much,
Good. Great to
Secretary.
see you.
Appreciate it. The same.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Enjoy.